Hello everybody, happy Wednesday and welcome back to my channel. I am here to show my projects for the Lily of the Valley stamps release. They released 4 stamp sets. They've been in pre-order, but today they begin shipping. So they're available to ship as of today. And I shared the sets on a video yesterday for the release, but just in case you haven't seen that video, these are the sets. It's Lily of the Valley's Sending Love stamp set, and I just love all the little icons in here. There's a bouquet of flowers. There's a little gumball machine with little heart gumballs. There's 2 little birds with a bird nest. There's flowers, in a flower in a pot with a butterfly, a cupcake with a heart, and then the most adorable little critters. So there's a bear, a mouse, and a little bunny, and then these fun stamps up at the top. Just such a sweet, sweet set. Then we have Lily of the Valley Have a Mice Day stamp set, and I love these mice. I think they're so cute. I think my favorite one is the one with the daisy, and I haven't used it yet, but I want to. And then I also love these ones with the cheese and her with her bow in her hair. So this is just an adorable set. It's got great sentiments in it. So many good sentiments, too, that you can use. So that one's called Have a Nice Day. The third set is the Dragons and Unicorn stamp set. These dragons are so cute. And I just love that How to Train Your Dragon movie series. I think it's such a beautiful set of movies. And this reminds me of that. Anyway, and then you have the cute little unicorns, which are just so fun, especially for kids that love, anything. I can't think of a kid really that doesn't love either dragons or unicorns. So just a really fun set for young people or anybody that loves those. And then we have the Sweet Wishes stamp set. And this one has bears and kitty cats. And it also has a little cupcake with a cherry and then a little letter and just some different things that you can use to kind of embellish whatever you make. So wonderful sentiments in this one too. Love you, hugs, hello, lovely, and sweet wishes. So those are the 4 sets. Lily of the Valley offers a bundle. The bundle, I have a discount code Jill10, which gives you 10% off at their store any day of the year. The only thing it doesn't go towards is bundles, because bundles are already discounted. When you buy the sets together, you get a big discount. So that's the only thing that you won't get a 10% off of. But everything else in the store, if you enter the code Jill10 at checkout, you'll get 10% off. Okay, so that is the release, those 4 sets. And that, again, they are shipping as of today. And let me, I'm going to just really quick, I'm going to show you some of the other products that I used. I used Lily of the Valley's Everyday Sentiments. This is one of those sets that I'm sure a lot of you already have. This set has been around for, I think, over a long time, 20 years. I don't know, Lisa could speak to that. But it's a great set with a lot of basic sentiments. It has Friends Forever, My Friend, So Cute, Believe, Cool, Hugs, Just Because, Today's Your Day, or Today's the Day, With Love, For You. So just really good everyday type things. It even has the word adorable. And then I also use this set. This one is called Flower Market. Okay, there's the name, Flower Market. The last one was Everyday Sentiments. And this is a photopolymer set of these beautiful flower labels. And I have this both digitally and physically, but the digital set is especially fun because you can reduce or enlarge these. You can enlarge these to make them more like a background in your card, or you can reduce them and use them in a lot of different ways. I actually use the digital on my project, but I thought I would show you the photopolymer one. Just a reminder that Lisa and Layla lost their storefront, and they are looking for a new place to house Lily of the Valley. So right now they're doing releases and they're not carrying a ton of physical product because they don't have a storefront. So you may not, you can order any digitals. All the digitals are in stock all the time. But the photopolymer stamps are more as Lisa can put them in the store during a release, and then after the release is over and they sell out of them, then she pulls it and they don't put any more photopolymer stamps in the store until the next release. So just be aware of that. If you have any questions, you can direct them through their Etsy website to Lisa. Okay. The other set that I pulled out were the flower sentiment tags. I had these on my desk and was planning on using one of them, but I didn't end up using it. So, but this is a great set for spring. I love this one. And then I did end up using one of these. This is the Christmas Hexy Sentiments, and I used From Me to You, I think, on the back of one of my cards. So this was a set I've been using a lot since it came out, and it's a great, I love the hexagon shape of this, and it's just a great overall set for various seasons and different things that you can do it for, but it's primarily Christmas. But there's enough ones in there, hope, love, peace, etc., that can be used all year around too. And then this is a little Dollar Tree stamp set from Crafter's Square at Dollar Tree. And I picked this up a while back, and I used this background stamp and then this stamp right here. And did I use the word garden? I can't remember. But this is a great little set. I was surprised at how well it stamps. It's actually good quality. They're thinner than a normal photopolymer stamp, but they still stamp really well. So I was actually impressed with this stamp set, and I'm so glad I picked it up. It's got this awesome sunflower in it. It has greenery. It has two little blooms. It has the word sunflower, the word garden. It's got a really pretty butterfly, a nice watering can, and then even a little kind of like a flower marker, if you will. So you could put the word sunflower in there or the word garden. So just a great little set. Really happy I got that. And then I used the rectangle stitched dies from My Creative Time. I used this thing of Petaloo flowers that I've had in my stash from Hobby Lobby. I used one of these Love Valentine Paper Craft envelope seals on the back of one of my cards. And then from Crsfty, and I don't know if I'm saying that correctly, this is an embossing folder of hers, and it is some stitched stars. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but it's a stitched a stitched heart embossing folder. And I picked this one because the hearts were about the same size as the heart that the bunny is holding. And then I also used this stencil from Jaded Blossom, and I'll show you where I ended up with this, but I haven't quite finished that card. So that's all of the products that I used. I'm gonna get this stuff off of my table, off my desk here, and then we'll dive into the projects. So the first thing I did was this little tag, and this uses that sweet little bear, and he is so, so cute. And then the little hugs comes from that Everyday Sentiment set. And again, I should preface this by saying that all of these projects were done with scraps from my scrap bin. And I have this little bin that I keep on my desk. It's a little bucket. And it just has all kinds of scraps in it. I keep my Creative Time scraps separate because I need them separate. But this is everything else that I use in my craft room goes in this bucket. At least for pattern paper, not for scraps of cardstock. And so I challenged myself today to just use my scraps. And my scraps have just cut paper scraps in it, but it also has die cuts that I've die cut and I haven't ended up using them. So these two die cuts were in there. This is an Elizabeth Craft Designs circle die from back in the day. It has these little pinprick holes in it. It's really cute. I have a set of their dies and I use that. And then this is a My Creative Time scalloped circle die. It has a stitched pattern inside that's all scallops. I don't know if you can see it because the pattern paper sort of hides the design a little bit. But everything else is just the scrap papers from my stash, and then the tag from Lily of the Valley, and the sweet little bear from the new stamps. And that bear just makes me smile. So just a really simple little tag. Then I did this card, and this one says, thanks so much. And this one features that adorable little bunny. And one thing that I do with my die cuts, after you cut a die cut out, it's going to have white edges. Let me see if I can show you. Did I already edge this one? So this die cut, you can see I trimmed this out and it has white edges. So anytime you have a die cut, after you've trimmed it out, you're going to want to use something like a Memento Tuxedo Black dual marker, and you're going to want to trim out, you're going to want to edge the white off of your die cut so that it doesn't show white when you put it onto your card. And you always want to do it with your coloring face up, believe it or not, because that way if you make a mistake, the mistake will end up on the back, believe it or not. So I've learned that over the years. So you always want to do it face up, and you're just going to take the tip and run it around and cover up your white lines. Now, if you stamp in a different color like brown or gray or whatever, you can also just use any marker that has a nice line that you can edge it, and you can edge it just in a softer color if necessary. But I also wanted to say that after you do that, if you want to, if it's especially if it's an animal, I like to take some tea dye distress ink, distress ink tea dye, and or any other brownish tone or whatever you're, depending on your project. And I like to edge around my little critters with some brown ink. And what that does is it kind of makes, to me, it makes them look like they have fur or multiple colors, if you will, which is more true of an animal. And so that's what I do. I do the black edging first, I let that dry, and then I take the distress tea dye, and then I go around the image with that just to give additional shading. So I've colored it and shaded it, but then this adds an additional level of shading around the die cut. So I just wanted to mention that. It's a fun way to just add a little more texture, not texture, but sort of depth to the coloring, okay? So these were both scraps from my bin again. This really sweet, I don't know if you can see it, but this is a tag or a flag. This is a die set at My Creative Time. There's 3 in the die set. This is the largest one, okay? It's a set of 3, and I think this makes a really cute flag going across your car. But of course, you can also make banners with it. It's made to make banners. So I use that sideways. I did emboss it with that embossing folder, the heart one that I showed you from Leanne. And this is a beautiful paper from Irala Miha shop on Etsy. And I just thought this went perfectly together. And then this polka dot was a scrap in my stash. And I don't know if you can see it, but I did add just a little bit of iridescent glitter onto some of the circles of that polka dot pattern paper, just to add a little bit of glimmer to this. I wanted it to be very neutral tones though, so it's very, very subtle. And then when you open this one, this is where I use that flower garden stamp from the set I showed you. And I did color that in. And then this is that Dollar Tree set, the leaves from the Dollar Tree set, and then a scrap of the same pattern paper that was on the front of the card. And then on the back, I just used a circle from my scrap bin and another piece of that paper, and I stamped the leaves again on the back. So the leaves are actually on the front, and then on the inside and on the back. And so that turned out really nice, and that's from that Dollar Tree stamp set, okay? And then this is a third card, and this one is that sweet little bouquet that's wrapped in paper. And I did take some white iridescent paint from, let me see if I can show you really quick. I used these Prima metallic accent paints, this Art Philosophy by Prima. I did use this white, oh my goodness, I can't get it open. There we go. I used this pearlescent white paint to add detail. And what I did was I just dry brushed the top of the flowers on the petals with that iridescent paint. And then I got the paint really wet and got my brush full of paint and water, and I just flicked some of those white specks on the card. So that's what you're seeing, that iridescence is from the paint, okay? And then I did add some sequins. I don't know if you can see them, but there's some clear sequins in a hexagon shape, as well as some little green gems, just to add a little more detail to the card. And then when you open it up, it says best wishes on the inside, and then on the back it says birthday wishes. And it has, this is one of the sentiment tags from Lily of the Valley. So just a really sweet card. I do need to add a lighter to the inside of this because I actually had to pull this up and I ripped part of the cardstock. And so you can kind of see where it ripped here. So I'm just going to put another liner in here and maybe a little stamp with an image on it of some kind. So some sort of floral stamp, maybe some flowers or something. And that will hide the fact that I did rip. I had to take this off once. So you can always disguise any flaws in your cards. It's not hard. So that's the second card. And then I did kind of a more clean and simple card. And this card uses the beautiful stamps that are in that set. So I cut out the 4 little postage stamps, and then I cut out 3 different sentiments. And what was really fun about this card is I was looking through my scrap bin for paper, and I actually had this paper there and thought that's just too dull. And I went back to my scrap bin, couldn't find anything. And then I turned this over and was like, oh, that'll work. And so I just added additional color to the stamps. I added yellow and blue into the mix with the pinks and reds that I'd already colored them so that it would pick up on the colors in this paper. And I love how this card ended up turning out. It's really simple. It's just this is just a mini slimline die cut that I had in my scrap bin. These are both pieces from my scrap bin. And then I used the stamp set as it came, and then I added the sentiments, and then I put some sequins just going in a diagonal just to add some additional interest to this card. And when you open it up, it says, "Here's a hug from me," and it has a little liner with a piece of the paper, and then on the back it has love and a liner of that same paper again. So I love how this one turned out too. I think it's so pretty. And then last but not least, I have this little piece of paper that or cardstock that I had used that stencil on, and I made this tag, and I was going to make this into a card by die cutting this and then adding it to a pink card. But I decided to just do a tag for some reason. I don't know why. I just decided to make this into a tag. I just thought it was so cute, just as a Polaroid with the Say Cheese. And this is the new die set from my creative time called Hugs and Kisses. And I did emboss with, these were pieces that I had left over from the release. And these are embossed with Emma's embossing folder, her Primheart embossing folder. So I had these pieces on my desk, and I just decided to add the cute little mouse who's sitting on the cheese with this, and then add the sentiment that says "Say Cheese." So it's just a really cute little tag. And then I tied the tag through with this beautiful twine that is iridescent pink, and it has wire in it. And so it coils. So you can actually coil this up if you want around your finger. So that's what I did there. So those are all of my projects. This is for the Lily of the Valley release that is live in the store right now, and it is shipping as of today. So if you're interested, in these products, they are there for you, and you can use my discount code Jill10 to save 10% off of everything in the store. The only thing it won't apply to is the bundle, because the bundle is already discounted. So if you do buy the bundle of all 4 sets, the discount code would not work on the bundle. So I just want to let you guys know that. And I just love how my little projects turned out. And these stamps Lisa and Layla are putting out are just so cute. I just think, especially the critters, just make me smile. But they're all wonderful. So thank you for joining me on my channel tonight. I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week. We've got Thursday and Friday ahead. I will be back filming Happy Mail hopefully tonight or tomorrow. We'll see how I do. I'm getting pretty tired. I've been working all day. So we'll see if I can film it tonight, though, because I have my package from Anna's Sweet Miss Daisy, and I also have some happy birthday mail from my friend Sue and my friend Patty, which just arrived. So I'm very, very excited. We've been waiting for it to arrive. We thought maybe it was lost, but it wasn't. So I will be coming back on to share that very, very soon. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. Bye now.